This may be the second best Spider-Man movie of all time. This Spider-Man movie is not the way you are thinking, because this story is not like the same typical Spider-Man story where a villain comes into Spider-Man's life and Spider-Man struggles to stop him so that he can save the world again. But here Spider-Man's story is not the same. Spider-Man is suffering between identities and not being able to tell Ned and MJ the truth. In this movie, he is struggling between the identity crisis and the too hard on himself crisis. Spider-Man cannot understand whether he should sacrifice his own happiness or carry that happiness along with him, where Spider-Man is trying to decode the secret behind this yellow jacket character who wants something from damage control in this movie. And at the same time, because of Ned and MJ, he is trying to handle the existential crisis here. We see Peter Parker's life in the form of Spider-Man, where the struggle is not only Peter Parker's, but it is Spider-Man's struggles too. Just like we saw in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, where Peter's life is full of problems, but at the same time people love Spider-Man a lot. But you will not see the same thing in this movie. Here's why. Here Spider-Man's and Peter Parker's struggle is the same, which we have never seen before in live action Spider-Man movie. And by God, after a full 12 years, I am finally getting to see Spider-Man swinging athletic potential. 12 years. Yes, John Watts should be in hell for calling swinging boring. Blasphemy. He wasted 9 years of our life. Like bro, he should be in jail. The swinging sequences in the movie were so beautiful that I can't even explain them. I am not going to say those swinging sequences were better than TASM 2 sequences, but still, it was an experience. The way Peter was using his web in the air to avoid attacks was genius. Using his web not just normally, but also in a form of weapon, like Batman, which was a great idea. Which without a doubt, and they themselves have said this, that the inspiration behind it was Insomniac Spider-Man, which according to me was a very good decision. Spider-Man Brand New Day has introduced a lot of characters in this movie, and Dustin Daniel Cretton has used every single one of those characters very well, like Punisher, who is an R-rated character. Bloodshed is his identity. They still tried to present him in the best way possible within this movie. In this movie, whenever I see Ned's interaction with Peter, the more I remember that moment, the more lovely that chemistry starts to feel, even if it was very little, but it was great. Then MJ's interaction with Peter Parker, silent chemistry between the two of them is visible on screen, even if MJ's boyfriend exists in this movie. The angle between the two of them, where MJ knows nothing about Peter and Spider-Man, also feels quite heartbreaking but sweet at the same time because of their awkward attraction. But even better than that was the chemistry between Peter and Frank Castle, where after combining all of Punisher's appearance throughout the series, for the first time in a movie, a ray of hope is born inside him because of Spider-Man, which shows his character build that we can do more, we can do better, which shows Frank Castle's character that he is understanding life much better now because of Spider-Man. The action sequences were also really good, where Dustin Daniel Cretton, taking inspiration from the games, directed many of the action scenes in such a way that you can clearly see Spider-Man's speed, strength and accuracy. When Spider-Man fight Hulk, that's when we finally get an idea of how strong Tom Holland's Spider-Man really is and how durable he is. Along with that, the way Spider-Man uses his battle IQ also feels very game inspired, which is a good thing. But those action scenes have no point if you cannot properly present Spider-Man's New York. Here, Spider-Man's world, his street feels so warm, cozy and friendly that just looking at them makes Spider-Man truly feel like the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Watching him explore and investigate his city in this movie feels very attractive because of the New York vibe. I really felt that the director gave New York its own unique vibe, like Gotham, but lighter. A lot of Spider-Man movie never really focused on that, but this one is unique in its own way. But along with all these things, the movie is not as big as you might expect before watching it. This movie is not even at the level of Far From Home, yes, and I think some people may not like that, because this time the director tried to keep this movie as grounded as possible, something that at some point all of us have missed. Before this, except for Homecoming, we had mostly seen Tom Holland's Spider-Man on a much bigger scale. This movie is much more of a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man story. Even in the climax, you will not get a huge action sequence on massive scale. The reason for that is neither the budget nor the cast, but even then, it is great. The movie also has a few writing problems that could have stopped some incident much earlier. When you watch the movie, you will understand that yourself. The reasoning behind some events is also a problem because the director did not properly show the reason behind certain incident, like Spider-Man's control over his power, then Hulk's fight and Punisher surviving in some scenes felt quite shocking to me. You will know when you see the movie. There should have been a proper explanation for those things. They should have paid a little more attention to those sequences. Otherwise, it's not the best Spider-Man movie, but it is a great Spider-Man movie. And these are some very small problems in the movie that you can ignore and still enjoy the movie. And I won't give too much criticism because it's just not worth it. Believe me, it's not worth it when you watch the movie. But yeah, that's it. You tell me your experience with Spider-Man Brand New Day and how you liked it. And until then, keep smiling, keep laughing, and keep watching Impact and know your true self.